What's going on, guys? I've been vastly long time no talk. Today I'm reviewing the Mafex Venom. Really excited about how this figure came out. Just really happy with how this line is going so far. Just the releases that they've done have been incredible. And I've already messed with this guy. The packaging isn't the same because I put him back, but he came out really nice. You can see the box art. It says Venom, Mafex, Medicom. Little comic thing right here. It says Die Spider-Man. You got him on the back. Got some pictures on the side and all these poses. And Venom on the side again. So yeah, alright, let's open this up and I'll give my opinion. Alright, I'm going to run through the accessories one by one. So first, starting off with the hands. You got these hands. They're kind of like trigger finger hands, but they're more for the webs. But they have claws, which is pretty cool. And you got these open palms with the magnet. And you got another hand which can be used for web grabbing. And then you got another open palm without the magnet. You got two fists. And then on the figure itself, you can see that he has these two open hands with these claws extended. And then, of course, it comes with these magnetic feet. And I'm going to get into these in a minute and why I really like these over the standard feet that he comes with. And it comes with 3 interchangeable heads. It comes with this Venom head. Well, they're all Venom heads, but this is the stock head that he comes with. See all the teeth? They're really detailed. You can see his tongue. And it's not extended, and I know a lot of people were hoping that he did have that. I'm one of those people, but at the same time, this is more of a first appearance Venom look. And it came out really nice. You can see that he has the jaw extended, or his mouth extended. Looks really nice. You got this one where his mouth is closed. Looks really, really nice. And then you got this Eddie Brock head, which I really, really like. A lot of people aren't liking it. Everyone has their own opinion. I really do like this head sculpt, and I like the fact that they did this. This is really random, but at the same time, it's really nice. I like this attention to detail with the mask crawling down on his neck, which looks really nice. And really quick, I know a lot of people are having problems with this, but I'm going to get into this. This head stays on this for some reason. This is really annoying. For some reason, it came off that time, but at the same time, it just gets stuck where the joint gets stuck in the head, where I don't want to mess with that too much, but I'll get into that later. And then you can see how this looks on there. And that looks really nice. It comes with 4 webs. So you can see that this one, I'm not going to really describe them that much, but these are really nice. They're not bendable, but they are, you can pose them around a little bit, but they are kind of fixed in this position. You got this one. Very Spider-Man-esque. There's been time in comics where Venom had black webs instead of white, but this is really nice. Sorry if it's not focusing exactly on the webs. You got this one. And then you got this one. And of course, it comes with this standard Mafex stand, which I'm going to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of, especially recently, because me personally, when I do toy photography, I don't like having the stand show. And when you have the stand around his stomach, it's kind of an eyesore for me, at least. And another thing, I don't know what it is recently, but these stands have been coming out really loose. I mean, if I'm going to have the figure standing up, like in a web pose, he starts leaning over, and I've tried my screwdriver and everything. It's just not staying fixed, and I'm just not a huge fan of that. But here's a stand. Here's a look at Venom himself, and after 2 weeks of messing with this guy, I can easily say that this is probably one of my favorite Mafex figures. This guy came out really nice. I'm not gonna lie, I do have 2 issues with him. One being with the actual figure, 2 with being the quality control. What I will say is that this is really annoying. This is what I was talking about earlier with the feet. They just come out really easily. Just this one specifically. And that's why I like to use the magnetic left foot, because it stays in a little better. Actually, a lot better. It's a lot tighter. So it actually stays on there. But when I want to do a shot and have his foot in there, it's a little distracting. But at the same time, at least it stays on. The second is, I hate to be this guy, but I do wish he was a little bit taller. I saw a lot of collectors just complaining like, oh, he's too small, oh, he's not big enough. It's just, I understand that, but at the same time, this is the first appearance of Venom. But when you compare him to some other Mafex figures, he's just a little undersized as far as like height. I mean, he is pretty swole, but he's just really, really short for Venom. But he's still a really, really nice figure. First, looking at this head sculpt, it came out really nice. You can see all the teeth. Every tooth is detailed. You can see the tongue. The jaw is really sharp. And then the mouth goes all the way up here. Very classic Venom look. You kind of see the ears. No, that's his mouth. Never mind. And here's a look at the second head sculpt. This kind of reminds me of the Marvel Select Venom. I might pull it out. Pause. You can see the other head sculpt. It's really nice. And the entire figure has this blue, like shading. It's very, very subtle, but you can see it. Came out really nice. And I like symbiotes, the black symbiote, especially when they have the blue shading or even purple shading. That looks really cool. See the Venom insignia? Looks really nice. All the muscles and everything. And he's a very simple figure. There's not really a lot to talk about when it comes to the detail and everything when it's the actual figure, but it's just done very nice. You can see the actual web shooter right there. The claws. Or his nails or whatever you want to call it. It's really, really clean work here. He's very swole. Book Nice actually brought this to my attention. He was talking about how the back looks weird. I'm like, what? But when you look at it, his lats are very pronounced. I don't know what's going on here. You can see that they're kind of out. Now, you guys that work out, you know, lats is a pretty popular muscle to train in the back. But I mean, this is a little much. I mean, it's kind of wide. But at the same time, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, Venom's a big guy, but it's just a little distracting. The articulation is excellent on this figure. The head looks up, moves down, side to side, left and right, tilts, and the neck also moves up, down, side to side, left and right. One thing I will say is when you're interchanging this head sculpt, I found this out today on the internet, just push it back like this and then hold your thumb right here so that the peg will actually stay when you want to interchange it. Arm moves back and forth, up and down. Here's a butterfly joint. Kind of push it in there to really get the full motion of it. And also kind of like moves up and down on its own, the actual arm. There's a bicep swivel, double joint at the elbow. There's a wrist swivel. One thing I like to do with these Mafex figures is whenever I get them, I like to use my nail. I need to cut my nails. I like to hold on to the actual peg so it doesn't move around, so it doesn't break or anything. I also like to line up to make sure I'm actually moving it the right way, so it moves up and down, left and right, all that good stuff. This diaphragm joint is a little tight. Moves side to side, back and forth. All that good stuff. Shifts. He has a lower waist crunch, which is pretty cool. Goes back pretty far, left and right. Swivels. Leg drops down, moves forward, back and out. Swivel the thigh. Double joint at the knee. The foot moves side to side, up and down. Ankle pivot and toe articulation. Really nice articulation on this figure. Here is next to some other Venoms from the past or from other lines. Here is the Marvel Legends one, and just to get an idea, you know, if he was maybe around this height, I think people would have been a lot happier with this figure. He's still cool either way, but I do think he should have been a little bit taller. Here is next to the Marvel Select Venom, which came out years ago. This is actually the first version. I don't know why, I was just never a huge fan of this figure. I don't know what it is. He still looks really cool. Just something about him just kind of turned me off of him, but the reason why I got him out here is because he actually comes with a tongue. And I was trying this out earlier. I'm going to just leave this guy on the floor for a second. You can actually put the tongue on this guy. And I like to have it up. So let's try and get it in there. Try and be very careful when it comes around the teeth. Let's see if it stays there. There we go. That does not look bad. That looks really cool. Looks better from this side than from this side, but looks really cool. And here's old Spider-Man classics Venom, just for comparison. These are actually some of my favorite Venom figures in my collection, minus that one. But yeah, I really like this figure. Here he is next to some Spider-Man figures. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Spider-Man figure, the Pizza Spider-Man. And he is taller than him, but I mean, it's not by much. And here he is next to the Mafex Spider-Man, and likewise, he's not as big as a lot of people would hope he was. But he still looks really cool. I'm sure when you get him into some really cool poses. I haven't actually photographed these two together, but I'm sure that it will look amazing once I get that started. So Venom came out really nice. I'm gonna give him a 9 out of 10. Besides the quality control issues, he came out really, really clean. Probably my favorite Venom figure that I own. And he's available on Ami, Big Bad Toy Store. Amazon, I think, has him. But he's definitely worth it. Alright guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later. Peace.